I found an old sketchbook from 10 years ago that had this OC I drew when I was 16, so I redesigned her. As a kid, I was a huge Pokémon fan, so I used to create human characters based on them. As an adult, I work as a professional artist, and to make this redraw challenge, I spent weeks looking through old artworks to find something interesting. This girl I designed was based on the Pokémon Jellicent, a jellyfish-like creature. And I wanted to draw her in a way that could resemble splash art from mobile gacha games. And I even created a whole gacha pull animation. The first step of the process was to redesign the character. To me, this means drawing them in a basic front view so that I could decide how to present all their elements clearly. I wanted to create something new while keeping the original from 2014 recognizable, so I focused a lot on making her silhouette and colors similar to it. Speaking of colors, I know what you hardcore Pokemon nerds are thinking. You're drawing a girl, but you're using male Jellicent colors. Female Jellicent should be pink. To which I say, I know. This is not supposed to be a humanized version of Jellicent, but a human character that highly resembles the Pokemon. Do you know those types of trainers that become so obsessed with their Pokemon that it becomes their whole personality? Yeah, those Pokemaniac guys. That's what this character is supposed to be. Jellicent's typing is Water Ghost, and for that reason I gave her some specific details that illustrate this. The swimsuit underneath the sheer Jellicent-shaped dress so that she can be underwater. The cute but a little unsettling face that I took from Jellicent's pre-evolution, Frillish. The conventionally attractive features that I swear are related to her lore. I didn't just want to draw a big boob lady. The skirt's shape is loosely based off female Jellicent. I also gave her Gyaro-like leg warmers for extra cuteness, along with rubber rain boots. The pigtails are held by two male Jellicent crowns, the hair is curly and princess-like, and I made the orb on her chest extra big for that magical girl touch. Once the character design was defined, I was ready to move on to the full illustration of my Pokemon trainer. According to the Pokédex entries of several games, Jellicent will sink entire ships along with their crews as it feeds off their life energy. Reminds me of my ex-husband. This is a terrifying concept worthy of the Pokemon's ghost type. So I created a trainer who was so close to her Jellicent she eventually became possessed by it. She then uses her extremely good looks to charm people at sea, pulling them down together with Jellicent. The concept is pretty similar to that of a sirens in old folk stories. Like I mentioned before, the pose and composition were created to resemble mobile gacha games such as Granblue Fantasy and Dragalia Lost. May you rest in peace, you beautiful gacha game. In a lot of these games, the characters are slightly animated, so I made sure to separate all the parts as I was drawing them. Separating the parts allows me to later use programs like Adobe After Effects to animate each part individually. And I feel like I can never make a video without saying thick lines on the outside and thin lines on the inside. Speaking of, I really like the facial expression I gave her. I think it looks super creepy but still kinda cute, which is exactly what I was going for. Because this will be animated and the parts are separated, I had to draw line art and color even places that are usually hidden by other parts. Since the artwork has so much blue on it due to the massive Jellicent she is sitting on, I tried to counter it by making her blonde hair pop, along with adding lots of pink to the shading of the white elements. Pink, white, and blue just make such a lovely combination. I wanted her pose to seem somewhat dominant, as someone who's saying like, haha, I'm in charge and you're kinda screwed. In the splash art of Dragalia Lost, character artist Naoki Saito always draws various effects around the characters. I think this gives so much charm to the otherwise basic PNGs of a character. I'll definitely start using this technique on my regular character art. For the Pokeball in her hand, I made it a dive ball since Jellicent is a water type. I thought it would be fun to do this challenge with different Pokemon and their trainers could all have different types of ball. I'm a little sad that I didn't include her short cape in the final version, but I thought it would be a little too much with everything going on the top half of the image. Finally, I added some halftones for extra flair and the artwork is done. I kept the animation very simple and made it loop so that we have a sort of idle animation. And since I wanted it to resemble a gacha game, I decided to go all out and create a summon animation for the reveal. I used a bunch of effects provided to me by Cartoon Coffee, and here's the final result.
Jellicent, the possessed Pokemon trainer. She uses her good looks and charming voice to attract people at sea. It is said that those people along with their belongings are never found again. Thank you for watching and keep your lines thick on the outside and thin on the inside. Bye!